Good evening, everybody. Chris and Tiffany here with High Seas Cruising back after 2 weeks off from live.
Yes.
Welcome to 2025. We are here ready to start the year off, ready to talk about cruising. Are you ready to talk about cruising?
Yes.
And all of the good stuff that goes along with cruising. It's for you to read the chat.
Texas Cruisers here. He's standing by. Attila's here. Bob's here. Hello, High Seas Cruisers from Kaufman, Texas. I hope I said that right.
Kaufman, Texas. Well, everybody, welcome to the show. There we go. Get that turned off. We got Desiree is here. So everybody, hopefully everybody had a really good Christmas, had a really good New Year. Hopefully you're not caught in some of that crazy snow and ice storms that seem to be going across the United States.
Or our Houston viewers that had the tornadoes right after Christmas.
Oh yeah, tornadoes at Christmas. It's been an interesting.
Desiree, Happy New Year, guys. Dilly, hello, Chris and Tiffany. And Desiree wants a puppy. He's chewing his leg right now.
He's having chicken.
Me too.
I don't know. He had a funny haircut. He came back looking really funny from the groomers personally, but there he is. So now he's gonna be extra. But yeah, so it's definitely gotten cold here in our area. It's been super chilly. Been having to actually wear warm clothes. Tomorrow, though, I think is supposed to be our worst day. They're talking we could get some of that rain, sleet combination going on tomorrow, so we will see how that goes. All right, James has joined the show. Good evening. All right. Welcome, James. Good to see you. I did send you a text message there, James. Hopefully you got that.
Desiree says, hi, doggy. Attila says, Happy New Year. It's been a while since the last live.
Yeah.
It's 2 weeks. Ray's here. Judy and Ray from Nag's Head. Happy New Year. And Desiree said, it's freezing cold in the tri-state area.
Yeah, it is. It's cold everywhere. Even Florida been getting a little chilly down there in Florida, and they're not used to that. I think they're used to it less than even we are.
Yeah. Sheik is here. Happy New Year, everyone. Texas Cruiser says, I was in Dripping Springs last weekend spending time with the grandkids and left Sunday before the bad weather got there.
So, yeah. So hopefully everybody is staying warm. Oh, put it down. Everybody is staying warm. Everybody's staying safe.
Yes.
That, of course, being the biggest thing going on.
Nellie's here. Hey, family. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. As I said, hopefully everybody had a really good one. Hopefully everybody got their cruise underneath the Christmas tree for 2020. 11 days till Harmony. Ooh.
Yes.
It's exciting.
Yes.
That's super exciting because if we're going on Harmony, we're not going until August. So that is actually super exciting.
Tilly said it's pretty warm here in California. I think high was 67. You know what's funny is Saturday and Sunday it was almost up in the it was
warm over the week. Yeah, it was really warm over the weekends and then crashed down to really cold weather. But that's the joy and the purpose of cruising, because you can head to your nearest cold cruise port, get on and head somewhere south.
Yes.
It's not super warm, but it's definitely warmer down south than it is up here. We're taking a lot of cruises in January, and it's usually really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Good temperatures down in Mexico, Cozumel, especially this time of year.
Ray says, we are packed and ready to leave for our first cruise of the year. FLA has. James says, thank you. And everybody else is just talking.
Chica said, are we bragging? You know what? He probably is, but if I was leaving in 11 days, I'd be bragging too.
Mm-hmm.
I would be.
Yep.
I'd be leaving in 11 days. I'm still just utterly disappointed because we were supposed to have been on. We actually were just supposed to have gotten back
Monday
from our cruise, and dang work interfered with that mess, and that was a hard week to go through knowing you're supposed to be on a ship, especially because Royal Caribbean was still sending me text messages like I was on the ship.
Yeah, and I still took the days off, so.
And Tiffany still took the days off.
Yeah, it was kind of depressing. So I will be bragging next Wednesday when we leave on that Sunday.
I would be too. That is no lie. I definitely would be too. You'll have to let us know what you think of Harmony, what your opinion is. Share any pictures and any of that kind of upcoming stuff here for 2025.
Yep.
We're going to get some more stuff booked. We're going to get something more booked than just MSC for this year. We just quite haven't gotten all of our ducks in a row, though we are looking at Harmony in August. So,
yes,
because I definitely want to get on Harmony before she leaves the Galveston area and we get Symphony.
Mm-hmm.
That way I can take Tiffany down there, get her hooked on board, and when Symphony comes, she'll be lined up, ready to go.
Maybe.
There's no maybe.
Dilly said not really, because she got asked if Dilly was getting any of the wins, and they're in SoCal.
August 16th. Yes, that is the one we are looking at. I know James is looking at that one, so we're looking at doing that same one. So August the 16th is the one we are looking at.
Texas Cruiser said, speaking of Royal Caribbean, please be sure to set your phone to airplane mode. $1,300 phone bill.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But that's been a long-standing tip that when you get on a cruise, you put that phone in airplane mode because it will still roam in the background, even if you have the Wi-Fi package. Mm-hmm. You have to put it in airplane mode. And I was going to talk about that in a news story, but yeah, so they didn't put their phones in airplane mode. Kid was playing on it the whole time they were on a cruise. Came back, had a $1,300 cell phone bill, and then is mad at Royal Caribbean. Telling Royal Caribbean, demanding Royal Caribbean give them answers. Well, the answer is you didn't put your phone in airplane mode, genius. And your cell phone company charged you for it.
Sheikah said, my first cruise of the year is not until May.
That's still a good time to cruise.
Yes.
You like May cruises.
Yes. Attila the Fun said, Princess did a little of that to me. I had to cancel it, but they texted me like I was on board.
Yeah, it was so weird because I canceled it. They'd already refunded, everything like that, but they were still like, you're on board. You're going to be doing this. Even my app was like, hi, we're at sea today. And I'm like, no, we're not.
Yeah.
We are not at sea. I wish we were at sea. That makes it even worse. Because you know you couldn't go, and then Royal Caribbean's like teasing you now. Yep. You know, like, hey, you should be here now. You should be docking with us. No.
Nellie says, I may come too. I like that.
Absolutely.
Ray says, work is a dumber and cruising is the ticket. Retirement rocks. Yeah, we got a ways to go before retirement.
And I do completely agree that work is dumb and cruising is great.
Yes. James says, Harmony in August is a go for me, Chris. Let me know what you need.
Awesome. Yep, we will get that all set up.
Nellie's asking if Rick got that bill, but it wasn't Rick. It was another passenger.
Yeah, it was another passenger.
Sheikah says, people need to understand that international phone packages don't work at sea. My cousin paid $900 last year.
Whew. Which is super crazy. And I get that stuff can get, utterly expensive. But if you know you're going to need your phone, you put it in airplane mode, you get Wi-Fi package. For the majority of cruise lines, you can Wi-Fi call. Mm-hmm. You can video chat. You can definitely go through the apps like the WhatsApp and some of those other apps. And it doesn't cost you anything more than what the Wi-Fi package is, which is not cheap, but it's still better than a $1,300 cell phone bill or a $900 cell phone bill. So
James says, hey, that would be great, Nellie. Sheikah said that would pay for another cruise.
Exactly. Yeah, $900 bill, $1,300 bill. That's got you ready to go on your entire next cruise?
Nellie said, May, we are on the Beyond for our honeymoon. Royal offered a casino 4-day on Freedom for interior guarantees. So right after Beyond, we will take a side-by-side with Freedom. Hey, have to do it right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Texas Cruiser said, nope, Nellie, I learned that lesson a long time ago. In the early days, we paid $15 a minute for ship-to-share phone calls.
Well, what I need to do, and I'm going to try to talk Tiffany into going to Florida at least one time this year. Because, we can cruise for free out of Florida.
Yes.
You know that already?
You've talked about it.
I think we should go drive down to Florida and go on Margaritaville at Sea. Veterans get 2 free cruises a year on Margaritaville at Sea. To me, that is worth driving to Florida.
Yeah.
And it's a good opportunity to go try Margaritaville at Sea.
Yes.
And I'm willing to drive by and let you wave to the mouse.
I might be willing to let you drive a little further north.
Like Canada?
Like North Carolina.
Oh.
Attila says AT&T Wireless is starting to sell a cruise ship package deal not as expensive as $1,300. You get minutes of calls and some bit of data with it.
Yeah. I just honestly don't think I would ever need to get something like that.
Mm-mm.
It seems they're still going to be outrageous prices. They're still not going to be cheap, or it's going to be really limited. And the second you go over that minute or you go over that data, I bet that gets real, real expensive. Kind of reminds me, remember when cell phones first came out before it was unlimited data, unlimited talk and text, you had to pay for your minutes, or you had to wait till 8 o'clock at night to make that first phone call.
Or don't text me till after 7 because it's 10 cents a text.
But after like 7 or 8 o'clock at night, it became free at night or free in the evenings or something like that. Yeah, that's what those packages remind me of. It's like they jump back 10, 15 years in cell phone prices just because you're on a cruise. No.
Chica says, Nellie, now I am jealous. Said, yes, Islander has free for heroes at sea all day. Nellie said she would never just allow you to pass Disney World. No, we'd have to stop at Disney Springs.
Yeah, no, she would make me stop. Yeah. She would definitely make me stop.
You only had 500 texts back then.
Yeah, it was something crazy back then. I just know that the second you went over one too many texts, one too many minutes on the phone, your phone bill just went through the roof.
Yes.
Through the roof. And so, cruise ship cell phone service is not going to be any better because they know that if you're willing to pay for it, they got you by the business in that particular case. But each their own.
Yeah.
But I would not be paying for anything like that. I'll get Wi-Fi, just for an emergency. And we usually get it, and we tell the kids, if you really need us, hit us up on the Facebook or WhatsApp app or something like that.
Yeah.
And communicate with us that way. So, works, and it's a lot cheaper, in my opinion.
Ray says we just totally disconnect.
We do. We have done that on a couple of cruises here and there.
Yeah, but after that one, we will not. No. We need to be accessible.
The kids are adults and still manage to cause ruckuses while we're gone sometimes.
Yes.
So, yeah, we can't 100% disconnect. Plus, I like to be able to upload stuff and things like that, so it kind of works out.
Yeah, that's been, 2 years now since that happened?
I think so, something like
2
that.
2 years this month.
Was it this month?
Yep, because we were on our January cruise.
Oh.
And you didn't get Wi-Fi. I promise Haley that honeymoon I will not use internet.
I can completely understand for that type of cruise. Yeah, absolutely. That you might want to stay disconnected and stuff like that. I get that. Yeah. That's one of the beautiful things. Everybody to their own. When it comes to internet, it's just like drink packages and all that other kind of stuff.
Dilly says we disconnect too. Attila says, as expensive as Wi-Fi is these days, I'm thinking hard about just disconnecting next time. Texas Cruiser with Verizon, we get cell service in most Caribbean locations, including Mexico, as part of all our cell service. And Sheikah says, you better not, Ed Nelly.
But yeah, it is getting more and more. Everything's going up, and that is definitely one of the ways you can save money on a cruise. Is if you don't need that Wi-Fi package, don't pay for it.
Yeah.
I mean,
and usually if we get the Wi-Fi package, we only get it for you.
Mm-hmm.
So Nelly says, Sheikah, I won't.
There's a couple cruise things going on out there, a couple cruise news stories. A lot of that I was going to talk about here in the next couple of days. I do know one of the big ones that is going on out there, and right now this is strictly for airlines, and that is going to be that real ID on your driver's license. Do you have that on your driver's license?
The what?
The real ID, the star in the top right-hand corner.
I don't know, but I have to update my driver's license in a couple months, so I will.
Well, starting here in May, if you are flying using a driver's license, okay, so anybody who uses passport, you can still use passport and it doesn't apply. But if you are using your driver's license and you are flying, it must be the real ID. It must have the star on it starting here in May. Now, this is only for airlines. So cruise lines have not come out and said you need a real ID for those who travel with driver's license and a birth certificate. But airlines are going to be requiring, and the TSA is going to be looking for it as part of their new requirements starting in May, which means if you fly to a cruise line and you are not using a passport, you do have to make sure you have that real ID.
So is that every state that puts the star on it, or just Texas?
So every state has the option for the star. Most are in the upper right-hand corner. I think they said there was California and one other one that put it somewhere slightly different, but it's still the star.
Now I'm curious and I want to go look. Attila, yeah, we get cell service free in a lot of Latin Americans and Caribbean. Desiree says, whenever I'm on a cruise, I don't use the internet. It's not necessarily needed. What's the sense of using the internet on the cruise? I don't want to hear about the world while I'm on a cruise. I'm the same way, but when your kids have an emergency.
That's true. Are you telling me you're not one of those 600 people that is demanding that the news be played on the jumbo screen during every cruise, that it is unconstitutional for them not to show Inauguration Day?
William is here. William, I'm on the visa February 8th, and I'm going to be disconnected and recharge. I like it.
Yeah, I honestly could use for a disconnect and recharge right now.
Texas Cruiser, both of our driver's license has that star on it.
Yeah, I gotta actually look at mine. Mine's not that old. The last time I had to renew it, I may have the star on it. I actually need to check. Of course, when we're traveling, even at the airport, we use our passports.
Yeah, but we need to get those renewed this year.
Next year.
Oh.
Well, yeah, we can have time to do it this year. It's a good idea. But yeah, so I mean, if you're traveling with a passport, you can still use your passport through TSA, and it's not an issue. It's not a problem. It's just those folks that do not have passports and do not travel with passports if they fly. And said cruise lines have said nothing about that being a requirement yet.
Yeah.
That may come down because that is still customs.
Yeah.
But it hasn't yet.
Sheikah said, my advice, if you don't have a real ID, get a passport instead. They ask for too much information for the real ID. I was livid when I applied for mine.
I think my license already has it on it, and they just put it on it when I renewed it last time. They didn't ask any extra questions.
Well, I know renewing. Did you renew online? Because I know the state of Texas, they pretty much want your whole history. My mom, she's been divorced for 40-something years, and she had to show her divorce decree, her marriage license, and all of that stuff because her name didn't match her birth certificate.
I haven't had to show my birth certificate in forever. I've always had a Texas driver's license. So
Yeah.
maybe I did once upon a time. But even when I was in the military, I kept a Texas driver's license. You don't have to ever change it.
Yeah.
So.
Desiree said, bring your kids with you on the cruise. Simple. I like that idea. That idea too. Then they can't be out wrecking trucks. Texas Cruiser said, I drove by Pier 16 in the port of Galveston today. The parking garage next to the terminal is going up fast. It's up 6 levels already. Lots of work on the terminal too.
Awesome. Yeah, I saw the pictures, some pictures from the other day. You could see where the terminal was and where the parking garage was going, but it definitely wasn't up 6 stories in the pictures I saw. But yeah, they got to get that done. November is going to come up on them quick.
Yeah.
So
Attila said, get that passport renewed 6 months or more before it expires.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And is that the new MSC pier? And Texas says yes.
Yep. That is for the November 7th, 9th. I can't remember the date. MSC cruise.
On?
Yes, MSC. Yes.
How can I remember that and you can't?
I do not know. Yeah, Seascape.
Probably because I hear the commercial for it every day driving to work.
But yeah, that's going to be a nice terminal too, I think.
Good evening from Mr. and Mrs. Alien.
Did you get Andre?
Oh, Andre is here. Yeah. Hey, family. Happy New Year to everyone. Just got back from Japan. Now we expecting snow here in Virginia.
Awesome. How was Japan? Is that business or pleasure? I think it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I think if they sent me to Japan for business, I'd still have fun.
Yep.
Just to say, I was in Japan.
Dilly said, I tried to get a new ID, but my ball and chain changed the name on the bill, so I cannot get the ID until it changes. James, okay, I had seen others talk about the new pier and said it was going to be nice.
Yeah, the concept art for it made it look really, really nice. Super modern, I think is the best way that I could describe it from the concept pictures and everything. It looked like it was going to be a super modern, which makes sense.
Andre said he was there for 6 months for work. See, he was joining us from Japan. I like it.
I'd like to go to Japan for 6 months.
Yeah.
You stay here.
No.
I'll be back.
No. Misty is here. Finally got alive. Well, welcome.
We're sneaky like that.
Texas says NCL will use Pier 16 too. Prima and Viva both will home port there.
Yes. Oh yeah, there. I'm excited to see when that gets done.
Yeah.
Definitely why we have to be there for that inaugural sailing, because want to be in there in that terminal when it's brand new, enjoy it when it's brand new, get on that ship get that. Even though the ship itself isn't new, the whole experience out of Galveston, the cruise line out of Galveston, new terminal out of Galveston, want to be all part of that first time fun. You know what I mean? It's almost like doing an inaugural sailing.
Yeah.
The ship's just not new.
Sheikah said, how exciting to Andre. I love Japan. Now I want to go. Nellie, I want to do the yacht club. Haley won't allow me.
I want to do the yacht club too. The more I read and see about that MSC Yacht Club, I want to try that yacht club.
You win the lottery and we'll try that.
My understanding and is if you compare it to like the suites and stuff like on Royal Caribbean and some of those ones, Yacht Club is more affordable, but it's apparently MSC takes like some care of its Yacht Club members. I may have to look at upgrading ours to Yacht Club.
Okay.
Wonder how much that would be. I'm gonna look.
Attila said, who will own the Pier 16 parking garage? Port of Galveston?
Probably. Because I mean, even the Royal Caribbean terminal the parking for that it's the Royal Caribbean parking, you still book it through the Port of Galveston. So I would assume that 16 would be the same way.
Andre said he was trying to learn the language. James at Nelly, I heard that MSC Yacht Club is the way to go.
I've heard that too.
Texas Cruiser, there are some murmurs about a possible 5th cruise terminal. It will get a little louder after Pier 16 is completed and in service.
I thought some talk about that, but I thought I also heard them say that they kind of wanted to put a 5th terminal on the back burner for a little while. I think they wanted to see how it was all going to play out.
Nellie said, has anyone used indoor port parking in Galveston? I used Galveston parking all the time. This is the first time I will use them.
I always just park in the terminal parking.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I've never used any of the indoor parking or anything like that. We just whoop in the gate, hit the parking space, or Royal Caribbean hit theirs. And for MSC, I guess the parking garage.
Yeah.
And boom, boom, boom.
Tilla said, Chris, the lottery is over 200 million. If you win, can you book a yacht club for me too?
Yes, if we get over 200 million, there's a few of us that will be yacht clubbing it up there together. I promise you that. I win that kind of lottery. We will have a party. It will be on a cruise ship.
Yes. Ray said, is the clubs really worth the money?
From what I've heard and the stories I've heard for MSC, without having actually tried it, I would still say yes. I would still say yes. The way it's described, and for others that have actually gone to it, on MSC, the Yacht Club area is a cruise within a cruise. So and Yacht Club is like 4 or 5 decks, depending on the ship. Starts with your concierge butler comes off and escorts you onto the cruise ship. You then get a tour by them of the areas around the cruise ship so you know where everything is. They arrange your shows. Yacht Club has a section that's reserved for them only in the theater for whatever show. So you can arrive at 2 minutes before the show's open. You're going to get seats. Your Yacht Club. They have their own restaurants, their own outdoor areas, their own basically everything. And I've heard nothing but good things about it. Enough that I would try it at least once to find out. But
yeah, we might have to try it. Texas Cruiser says Pier 16 is owned by the port that MSC has a long-term lease to. James is asking, what is the date of MSC first cruise out of Galveston?
7th of November or 9th of November. It's that first week in November. But I honestly can't remember the exact date off the top of my head. I always get it backwards. Every time I think it's the 7th, it's one of those two. It's like 7th or 9th.
Nellie said, I had a friend that has done Yacht Club and regular MSC. They said the experience is way better with the Yacht Club, like it wasn't an MSC cruise.
Telling you, I've heard. I saw some people that were posting pictures from on there today. You can pretty much go to dinner in the Yacht Club area and they just bring you like all of the lobster tails you want.
Okay, we're signing up for it.
Yeah, it's like some prince and princess type treatment up there.
November 9th.
Okay, there you go.
MSC Seascape will start sailing Galveston November 9th. He cannot remember that for some reason.
Yeah, I can never remember the name of the ship.
We're on it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're booked on that ship, and I still can't remember the date or the name of the ship.
So you might want to start seeing now about the Yacht Club.
Well, yeah, now I'm thinking about checking right after we get done with the live.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm thinking here, you take over, and I'm going to go check.
No. Sheikah at Andre, how is the baby doing? Ray, I have heard 50-50 about MSC, so we may try other clubs.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've heard a bunch of negative stuff about MSC too. I've also heard a ton of positive stuff about MSC. I'm going to go try it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go try it. And But you know, it's really funny because when Margaritaville at Sea came out and super cheap, and they said it was garbage, it was crap, and people complained about it. Margaritaville at Sea's stock is going up. Now people are saying, "Oh, look how fun it is! Let's go on this." Now you're seeing more people do it because they got past all the garbage. I think MSC might be the same way. I know some people have had some bad experiences on MSC. But
That's, I mean, no matter what you do, somebody's going to have a bad experience somewhere.
well, no, though these were some bad experiences on MSC, legitimate bad experiences, not I perceived a bad experience.
Okay.
You know, not an experience where the server handed me the bill in the steakhouse, so you get pissy and refuse to leave gratuities.
I don't know if I've read that one. Ray, from all I have seen and heard through reviews, yes, MSC Yacht Club is worth the money.
Mm-hmm.
James says thank you. And Nellie, but it's hard. Seaside, seascape. It's hard to remember. I got it.
There's some days I can't remember what I did yesterday. So
it's getting to the point where he lost his glasses and they're on his head.
That's happened before too. We were in the store today and I saw a hoodie that I thought would be perfect for Tiffany. So look. And she's like, you bought me that one already. And I was wearing it Monday. And I was like, what? So yeah, Seaside. Yeah, probably not going to get that out of me anytime soon. But I figure that it will let me know what day we're supposed to be there. And it should be the only one there. That's the one I'm going to get on.
Texas Cruiser says, I have been seeing MSC Seascape sailing out of Galveston commercials on TV quite a bit lately.
Yes.
They're also advertising a lot on Pandora. So, yeah.
MSC wants... You could like MSC, you could dislike MSC, but MSC wants that market. They want to take more of the market. They want to become one of the largest cruise lines sailing out of the United States. They're already one of the largest companies out there, period. But they want to get that U.S. market, so they're running some inexpensive cruises.
Mm-hmm.
They're usually one of the cheapest ones you can get, so they keep their prices low. They keep their advertisement up. They're building new terminals. They're bringing new ships. They're hungry for it.
Yeah.
So
Kevin, which I think is Alien.
Mm-hmm.
Margaritaville has only 2 ships, right? I heard bad things about their older ships, good things about their new one, but I definitely try their newest ones.
Yeah, the new one is out of Tampa, while the older one is still out of Palm Beach. But I've seen the prices on Margaritaville and see, to be 100% honest, if it didn't sink, it's probably a good cruise. I mean, you can dang near get a suite on the Margaritaville ship cheaper than you could get a balcony cabin on, say, Oasis of the Seas, or not Oasis, the Utopia of the Seas or Icon of the Seas.
Mm-hmm.
You can get a whole suite on the other one for less than you can a balcony cabin in some cases. If you're a veteran, you can go for free. So I suppose as long as it gets you where you're going and come back and you don't have to swim for any of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would still probably come back and say, man, that was fun.
Yeah.
To be honest about it.
Tell us that the November 9th cruise on MSC is a bit higher cost than the rest in 2025 and go up in 2026, but not by much, like 50 or 100 per person. Probably because it's in its inaugural sailing.
Yeah. That first one out of Galveston is going to be more expensive. Of course it is, because the people are going to have more interest in it. First time, you know how it goes. It's an inaugural event, and naturally the cruise line's going to pay more. But we booked that one. We've had that one booked for 6 or 7 months already. So we booked it when they very first announced it. We jumped on that immediately. So we've had that booking for a hot minute.
I have no idea where it's going, but we're on it. And we're not canceling.
I don't remember where it got to go. I don't even know where it goes. We booked it solely for the event and the ship. pretty sure it's going to Cozumel. I don't even know how long it is, to be honest with you.
Nellie said, the Islander is the old Carnival Spirit class, and lots of people get nostalgic. Texas Cruiser says Carnival still hasn't rolled out an update to its loyalty program perks. What's the delay?
I don't know. John Heald said end of the year. It was what he kept saying. End of the year came and went, and now all he really says is he'll let us know when the new information comes out. So Carnival's going through some weird thing right now. They suddenly pulled the cards from AARP. They're not 100% sure what was going on with that deal. I don't know if they butted heads with AARP or what. Their loyalty program, they announced that last year, closer to the beginning of last year, said it was going to be coming out, and they still haven't released a single piece of information on it. And I'm sure it's a big deal. They've got a lot of diamonds, a lot of platinums. I mean, we all know that. They write comments for the weekends. But they've got to figure out how to juggle all that. And I'm sure that things are going to change. People are going to get butthurt when that all comes out. Or Carnival could purely be stalling.
Yeah. Sheikah said, RCC is ridiculous, but I know people love them, so they will pay the price. Melly said, me and Rick Sheikah, we pay. Alien wants, Chris and Tiffany, do you need deposit or other info regarding the group cruise yet? Sorry if you've already talked about that 50 times. We have not. We kind of put it on hold during Christmas, so nobody had to do the deposits during Christmas. So,
yeah, I've got to reset it all, and then we will start back up on the group cruise. Initially when we planned it, we dropped it and everything like that. The deposits were due over Christmas. And so I just kind of pushed it to the side because it's Christmas. I don't want to put that on anybody during the holiday season. Now that we're past it, everybody, can recover. Everybody's wallet's got a chance to take a sigh of relief from the holidays. Now we can get back into the group. Definitely still happening, still going to go on. It felt like an unnecessary burden to throw on people for that time of year. So yes, we are going to get back into that. So I will start putting that information back out and get all of that set back up.
Sheikah said, has anyone looked into the 60th celebration cruise in Princess?
Just that it's 14 nights, Royal Princess, leaving off the West Coast. It's going to several of the ports down there in Mexico twice. It's doing some overnights. Probably a fun cruise, but I'm real curious to know if they're going to have some, and they haven't announced it all yet, some events, some throwback events, I'm sure, from their inaugural cruise. But yeah, they're recreating their cruise, their very first cruise that they ever did. Oh. They're going to recreate it for their 60th.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Texas Cruiser, laugh out loud, Nelly, if you know how to. Oh, we already read that. Sheikah, Nelly, glad to have friends in high places. And then Texas Cruiser's laughing at Sheikah.
Well, I'll say this much. Yeah, Royal Caribbean can be unique sometimes. But if you can reach certain perk levels, especially if you can get to the diamond level on Royal Caribbean, they've got some perks over there that they're pretty good. Mm-hmm. Because you get like the 5 free drinks a day. So for like us, there's never a need for a drink package at that point. We don't drink 5 of nothing every day.
No. Well, maybe coffee.
Well, okay, but then you can get 5 of tea after.
Nelly said, yeah, that's right. He is Mr. Diamond Plus. Ha ha ha. He is the high place. Sheikah said it would be a nice cruise, but 14 days is too long for me. I think so too.
I could do 14 days. But it repeats the ports.
Yeah.
So, which could be cool if you've never been to those ports, which we haven't. So repeating them wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing.
Attila says, yeah, that Princess cruise is 14 days. I think It includes a few overnights in ports, so lots of fun to be had, and Cabo is one of them.
Mhm.
Nellie said, I priced Star of the Seas. Wowee. That is expensive.
Oh yeah, you won't catch me anywhere near those brand new ones like Star of the Seas, because when those come out, boy, they're proud of that. They are so proud of those prices. I ain't even gonna pay that.
Alien said, side note, I auditioned for a Margaritaville at Sea commercial. I'm a voiceover artist. I didn't get the job.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, especially, being a seasoned cruiser.
Yeah.
I got the newer ships on RCL are more expensive than the rest of the fleet.
Yeah, especially when you can hop on Mariner of the Seas here in Galveston, which is still a perfectly good ship, and you can usually book out on that one depending on 4 or 5 night cruise for 2 people, less $1,000 or less, right around.
Yeah,
which is like less than an inside cabin on Star of the Seas.
Sheikah says, you guys need to come to the West Coast at least once. We plan on it.
Yeah, it's definitely on our bucket list. It is absolutely. I want to sail out of Long Beach is where I want to sail out of, mostly because I want to spend my pre-cruise night on the Queen Mary.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be haunted.
Nellie says, Sheikah, in October I will be on Quantum. Did I say that right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Quantum of the Seas, Royal Caribbean.
Texas
sailing
Cruiser
out of
says,
California.
Mariner is a great ship with a huge following. We've been on Mariner, haven't we?
No, the last one we were supposed to be on 2 days ago.
Oh.
You were just supposed to have been on Mariner.
Depressing.
No, we're still going to go. We're still going to go. But yeah, Mariner's a great one where the prices are not high to sail on some of those ships like that. Everybody focuses, and I guess that's one of the nice things about Royal Caribbean. Everybody's going to focus on the Star of the Seas. Everybody's focused on Icon of the Seas. So those prices are super high.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Mariner of the Seas over here, which is it's a cruise ship. It's a good one. You've sailed on that class before, and you like them, and it's a quarter of the price. That's where you're going to find me in that line over there.
Yeah. Texas Cruiser, I wish RCL would bring Liberty back to Galveston after her amp. And then Bob is here.
I'm waiting for them to bring back Allure of the Seas after her amp.
Yeah.
When we get her back.
Bob says, we have booked Mariner back-to-back in October.
It's going to be a good cruise. Mariner, I haven't sailed on Mariner. We sailed on the other classes. But Rick's right. She's got a great following. And if she's remotely like her sister ships, she's a good time.
Now, he said, my sis and I are doing Mariner for night in February for a casino offer. The taxes were $132. So $132 for the 2 of us and an interior promenade view. Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, if you get the casino offers, you can get some good deals. We just don't gamble enough to ever qualify for a casino offer.
No. James said, yes, I have booked the NCL Aqua for June of 26. Yes, it's pricey.
I imagine.
Nellie, Voyager is replacing Navigator in LA. Maybe Navigator will be in Galveston.
Oh, I'm trying to think if I can remember which one was coming. I don't know. I don't know that Mariner is leaving anytime soon.
Texas Cruiser says Allure will be booked.
Yeah, Allure.
Booking when she comes back to Galveston after her amp. And then Nellie asked, was it Navigator in Galveston before?
Yes. Yes.
What are you looking back there for?
Because we have cards that say ships. Because we've been on Navigator, Adventure. Were the 2 that were here before. Navigator and Adventure. The cards are over there on this other side. Where do you have your room key from?
Yeah.
From those. But yeah, so that was I want to say it was Navigator that was here.
Nellie, I sailed Navigator years ago when she was here in Galveston. Loved Navigator.
Yeah, it's been a few years since Navigator's been here.
Bob said, yes, Navigator was our first cruise.
Because our first one for Royal Caribbean was Adventure. Then it was Navigator.
Was I on that one with you? Because you've done 2 cruises without me.
That was Radiance of the Seas that I went without you, and then Carnival Ecstasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've only missed one Royal Caribbean ship with me. But that's why you're not diamond. Or no, platinum. I'm platinum.
Do you feel special?
I do. My nose is in the air.
Your head's swollen.
My head's swollen. I make outrageous demands at the customer service desk.
You're silly.
I go down there and tell them the ship is rocking in the wrong direction. Please change it.
Misty is here. She said she's going on first cruise in 97 days. Have you been on Liberty of the Seas? I can't remember.
I'm thinking not Liberty. We've been on. Which one again? What did they just talk about it? See, I told you my brain is Navigator. Maybe it was Liberty.
I thought it was Liberty.
Okay, maybe it's Liberty we did go on.
I thought it was
It was Adventure, but then it was maybe Liberty.
Because I remember there was a picture of the like their symbol that said Liberty and
Okay, so Liberty of the Seas may be the one we went on. And if you're going on Liberty, Liberty was a good ship. We've never been on a bad ship. Let's be 100%. But Liberty was a good time.
yeah.
We like that class right there in Royal Caribbean. It's the adventure class. There's 2 of them. They're similar. They're really, really similar, but they're 2 different classes right there in the middle. A good medium-sized.
And you should have a ship tour. It's going to be way back in the back.
It was Liberty Seas. Now that you said it, I do remember the ship tour now. Okay, I remember the videos I made.
Yeah. Nellie said 2014. I thought cruising was stupid. How dare I? 2014 is when we decided to take our first cruise.
You.
Yes. When we decided I would take my first cruise.
Correct. That's when we decided the very first time
Yep.
that Tiffany would be willing to go.
Yeah.
I took my first one in 2006.
Yeah. Nellie said Misty is Liberty in New Jersey. Ray said Judy would never let me cruise without her. The only reason he did is he was semi-retired at the time, and I was still working full time. Or I am working full time,
Yeah.
and we'd already taken like 4 cruises that year. I couldn't afford to take off.
Right. And if I take cruises on my own, it is, of course, to create content.
Yes.
Places that we go, ships and things like that are usually if I go by myself. It's not a whole lot. It's not often that does happen, but it does. And it's to create content for the channel. Ship tours end up usually being bigger videos after they've been up for a while. People use those and things like that. So I'm willing to solo cruise occasionally without Tiffany, but believe me, I try not to go to new and interesting places that she wants to go to, though it's happened.
Which is fine.
And then I come back. It just means I get the opportunity to go again.
Yes.
So if I see something really good, then I'm like, hey, you got to come see this. So
Texas says, I have been on Liberty for 4 sailings. She is one of my favorite ships.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now that I think about it, it was Liberty we've been on, not Navigator.
Yeah. Misty said, I will be sailing out of Fort Lauderdale in April.
We've never sailed out of that port.
No.
But I've heard good things about it.
And Misty also said, I will look for that video. I can't remember when we were on her. That's right after COVID.
Yeah, it would have been in 2023, 22, the beginning of 22. But yeah, you can just do Liberty of the Sea ship tour. It'll pop.
Yeah.
Voyager class and Freedom class. There we go.
Yeah.
There's the two classes. I said they're super similar, though. They are super, super similar. Enough difference that they're two separate classes, but the basic size layout of the ships are pretty similar.
Yeah.
So,
Sheikah and Nellie, you must have been you and did not know any better. Nellie, I was mad about town. I didn't care about traveling, but has since changed. Yep. I always wanted to travel, just never could.
now you can't stop, and you always want to.
Yeah, Sheikah, I have not cruised solo, but have cruised without my husband.
Solo cruising for me, it's all right. It is actually not one of my favorite ways to cruise because I actually miss having Tiffany there to be a part of the adventure. So, and it kind of sucks when you're used to traveling with someone and you see something like, oh my God, I can't believe, look at this, and turn, and she's not there to share it with.
Ray says, we are both retired and have 5 cruises this year with a back-to-back in Alaska.
Ooh, we've got to get back there at some point, too.
Nellie said, what shit? Attila, the prices for Disney out of Galveston are on sale. It's still more than others, but not bad. Tiffany.
Luckily, she's already been on that ship.
Yes.
Now, if they were to bring over the Wish or the Treasure or even the Dream or the Freedom, the Fantasy, you'd probably get her to hop on that one lickety split.
That's how we've managed to get on most of the Disney cruises, is waiting until January when they sell out of Galveston.
Well, that was the Magic and the Wonder you got out of Galveston. None of the others have come over here yet. But yeah, you can catch Disney if you ever want to try a Disney cruise, just a quick little, just test it out. Usually Galveston in January, you can actually see that go below $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we've hopped on them just for that reason before.
Yeah, Sheikah, my son cruises solo most of the time, and he loves it. Texas says, that's a great schedule, Ray.
I said, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's nice to cruise solo, but there's plenty of times when I miss having Tiffany there. You know, I guess it's because we've cruised so much together and done so much of our traveling together as a team. You know, it's the little things. You go to eat and you find something new you've never tasted before. And yeah, I send her pictures of it. I describe it to her, but that's not her tasting it. Or on one of my solo cruises, I went to Coco Key, and that's the only time I've been there. She hasn't been there, but you're like, oh, well, you know, I'll go check it out, see how it is. It turns out loved Coco Key, and so now I want to take her back. Which, luckily for us, the Harmony of the Sea sailing in August is going to Coco Key.
Yes.
So little things like that is, I guess, my counter argument to solo cruising.
Yeah. Texas says, we love to cruise out of Galveston in January. I am booking more January sailings. You can get them pretty cheap out of Galveston during January.
Mm-hmm. Only thing we've ever noticed about January is that the sea's a little bumpy sometimes. Mm-hmm. Got a little bump going out, usually a little bump coming in.
The bags are usually in the hallway.
You know, things like that. Yeah, they usually got the special bags there at the bottom of the stairwell for almost every January cruise we go on. But the prices are usually less expensive. You're not going to do, unless you're one of the polar bear types, you're not going to do a whole lot of snorkeling, diving, and things like that. But you can still have a blast on a January cruise.
Yeah. Tilla said, I would solo too, but my wife would be super not happy about that. Ray said, Nellie, Princess is ours, but NCL is great too.
I love them all.
Yes.
They are all super good. So yeah, it feels like everybody's got some really awesome cruise plans this year.
Yes.
Seems like we're the ones that are behind.
Yeah, well, we'll catch up.
We gotta get that motivation going.
Yes.
Got to get that motivation going. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Even February is bumpy too often.
Yep, we've had some bumping ones going out in February, and it's usually just getting through, sections of the Gulf of Mexico. Then usually it gets better after that. So, but we don't usually mind a little bump.
Yeah.
Going in and out, we expect it. We know it's coming. You got to wear warm clothes when you get on the ship and warm clothes when you get off the ship, and then usually you're wearing shorts in the middle of the cruise.
Yeah.
So you got to pack a few extra things, but always worth it.
James says, well, I'm single and always cruise solo because all my friends and family are too chicken to cruise.
We have some of those too.
I know a couple of those.
We know a few of those too.
I give one a hard time at work all the time about it.
Yeah, they refuse to cruise. They're scared of the ocean. The boat's going to sink. Things, all kinds of stuff like that, even though, it just doesn't happen.
Yeah. Attila said, I am trying to find a good cruise in January too, but this month not good at all. Maybe next year. Yes. Jeannie's here. Booked my second, and I'm sorry if I say your name wrong. Booked my second cruise for this year on Virgin. Looking forward, but not sure what to expect. Casino offer at a great price.
From what I've heard about Virgin, expect some delicious food.
Yes.
I've heard Virgin has got the eats.
Texas says, I love to cruise in September and October, but my wife told me no more hurricane season sailings. Darn. We have sailed around a couple of them, Harvey and Milton.
Oh, I love a September cruise. Well, one, that's birthday month, so I like to take one. I'll risk the hurricane causing me a diversion around whatever. I'll deal with the bumpy ride because September is a good month, too, where you can get some better pricing.
Yeah.
Because
kids are back in
kids
school.
are heading back to school. You just dropped out of peak season. You can grab up a good cruise, especially if you go like the first week in October, because you can get a good price and get the Halloween stuff on there. Those are good months to cruise.
Yes. James says, Ray, I like NCL too. Been on 9 NCL cruises with the Aqua planned in 26. Ray says, we have to try the land and sea in Alaska. It's nothing better than that. I want to try that. I thought that Hurricane Milton cruise was pretty cool, but my wife not so much. Nellie said no one is back to school these days.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Margaret is here. One of the best things with Virgin is there is no specialty dining. All 20 plus restaurants are included, and they are good.
That's what I've heard. I've heard Virgin's got the eats. I've seen videos of Virgin food. I've had talked to some people that have been on Virgin cruises, and they say the food is delicious. Yeah, I heard a weird, I don't know if it's true. We're going to find out this year, though. But there is a claim out there now that the pizza on MSC is better than everybody else's pizza. It is an Italian cruise line. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that supposedly the pizza on MSC beats out the others.
Guess we'll find out in November.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super curious about that. But they are an Italian cruise line that does it Italian style, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they could legit have some better, truly Italian style pizza somewhere.
Attila said, I had a great time sailing in mid-August. My goodness, it was so hot. We spent a lot of time in the water, so it was all good.
Yeah, we don't usually do a whole lot of August. We like to let that in. But yeah, August is hot. September and October, like down through Mexico, down south, that's hot. That's that blazing sea.
Yeah. Nellie said, I have already seen my Facebook group for Harmony and tons of kids on it during school. I will admit I pulled my kids from school to go on a couple cruises, but I took care of the school part, and they had to do essays for their homework. But I've always said that actual cultural experience is better than anything they're going to learn in the classroom. I do not want to cruise during hurricane season.
It is a true and utter adventure to cruise during hurricane season. The ship's going to go around it. You may get some bumpies and some roughs. You may miss some cruise ports. You may get sent to a whole other part of the ocean. Your vacation could extend it. So you got to have some flexibility in your time and some flexibility in your plans. Don't book a cruise during hurricane season fixated on you're going to go to this cruise port, because that may not happen.
Yeah.
You just got to be like, I'm on a cruise. Captain's driving this ship right here. We're going to go where he goes.
Yeah, that's one of those you don't want to do a bucket list port.
Yeah, don't do a bucket list port during hurricane season, because you could end up in a whole other part of the ocean somewhere.
Yeah.
And we've seen that, especially this last year. Ships that were in the Eastern Caribbean booked it over to the Western Caribbean. Ships in the Western Caribbean said, we're going to go over this way. And some ships said, hey, we're just going to go out here and do circles.
Yeah.
And end up on a cruise to nowhere.
So Attila said that's like 10 years ago when they went in August, not last year. Nellie said it's an Italian cruise line. It better be the best.
I saw some people claiming that I was reading a comment thread about MSC, and they were claiming that is some of the best pizza at sea. I would hope so that because it's a true Italian, it's an Italian style cruise line, that they would have the best. But now I have to go taste it to find out.
Yes. Margaret said my next cruise isn't until June on Ovation of the Seas. Not sure I can wait that long.
And we have that very same problem.
Yeah.
Waiting is the worst.
And then Sheikah said that Margaret, I would like to cruise on Virgin. Yeah, we do too. Fingers crossed. Maybe Virgin Voyages will send a ship to Galveston. Maybe.
Virgin Voyages. Richard Branson, if you are listening, consider sending a ship to Galveston. Okay.
Yes.
We support this decision. We will find people to go on the ship.
Yes.
Pier 16, they probably have an extra slot. You can pull in there for a couple times. Just saying.
Nellie said I may go July 15th on Ovation. Tempting. Sheikah, I am guilty of taking my kids on cruises when they were young, as well as my grandkids.
I'm a firm believer that school is 100% important. However, there is a huge difference between learning about the world from a book and learning about the world in experience. Cruises, kids will get the opportunity, if they take it, to meet people from around the world just in crew members. Then you're going to go and visit foreign places, foreign countries. It can be super educational for them to get real world experience and quickly realize that the rest of the world is not what they see in their backyard. So,
yep.
I think cruising for kids can be 100% educational and still be completely fun. We took the kids, they still did all the kids stuff, the fun stuff, the play stuff. But boy, they were super excited to talk to crew members, learn stories from all the places we went to, try new foods that they never even would have considered trying at home. I mean, good God, the kids were eating escargot, because they'd never had an opportunity to have escargot put in front of them. And if they didn't like it, they didn't have to eat it. And they ate it.
Yeah.
You cannot get that experience in school. School's important, but sometimes life and experience and education just beats that.
Nellie said, my father was a tough military dad. Stay in school. I could see that. Texas Cruiser, next month, Royal is releasing their short and long sailing calendar. I am anxiously watching to see which ships are coming to Galveston.
Yeah, they've not been super quick about releasing all of their stuff either.
Yeah. Attila said, I heard that MSC pizza is very good and it's included, not like Alfredo's.
Yeah.
Well, included in the Yacht Club, it should be included, right?
Well, in the Yacht Club, I think everything is included, to be honest with you. But MSC is so weird. So they've added the new drink limits. Mm-hmm. So if you are, and we'll just call it what it is, if you're staying in the regular people section of the ship, you can only have, the drink package only includes 15 drinks per day. Unlike Carnival, though, you can pay for 16, 17, 18. You don't have to stop drinking, you just have to start paying. But if you're in the Yacht Club and you go up at the Yacht Club area, there is no limit. So apparently, if you can get 30 down and not die, they will serve them to you.
Yeah.
and you don't get charged anything extra. And apparently, you can have all the lobster tails and butter sauce you want. So, pretty sure the Yacht Club is just about everything.
Ray said, "Who cares where the ship goes? We're cruising."
For a hurricane cruise, that's my thought exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to go where it's going to go, and they'll get us home eventually.
Texas Cruiser said that's the 26-27 calendar.
Right.
Margaret at Chica, you should do it. Brilliant Lady is coming to Cali for some cruises next year. Well, that could be a good chance for us to go out of California.
True.
Yeah. Nellie said, now my dad is a softie that cries on Homeward Bound.
I love that movie.
Prince cries too.
I love that movie. Who doesn't love talking dogs on their incredible journey home? Chance, Sassy, Shadow. Anyway.
No kidding. Let them see little kids selling gum in the streets in Mexico. Dylan wanted to know if we could take some of the Mexican culture, because at 2:00 you're expected home for lunch, because lunch is their big deal, not dinner. So he's like, can I come home from school at 1:30 so we can have lunch at 2? No. Sheikah says, and yes, trying the different foods. Yeah, they did try a lot of foods. Jeannie said, I need to join a Facebook group so I can meet other cruisers and not when friends can go. Yeah.
There's several of them out there. We got Facebook. Texas Cruiser has one out there for Harmony of the Seas.
Yeah.
Right? For Harmony of the Seas, there's several out there. Several that people that are here in this live are part of. We're just cruising, just talk cruising and cruising questions. Just be wary of some of them out there. Some of them do get trolls, and they do get people that lie in them a lot. So definitely join Facebook groups. It's highly recommended. Just be wary of what they say. If it sounds weird, question it.
Sheikah says that, Margaret, how did I miss that? I better check. My husband gets tired of flying, so that would be perfect. Margaret, 100% agree. We homeschool our daughter, and she has been exposed to so much we wouldn't have time for in traditional schools. Texas Cruiser in 2015, we were on the Liberty of the Seas 13-day repositioning cruise from New Jersey to Galveston during school year. She received her lessons via email, and her grades did not suffer.
Our kids, we told the teachers exactly what they were doing, and they would write reports about the countries they visited, the things they saw, the people they spoke to. Our son, he had to go and meet as many different crew members from different countries as he could, and write down what countries they were from and keep a list to take back to school. And then he got to do a report in front of the class about it. But they tricked him into doing homework, and he was doing it so happily.
Oh yeah, and he got into where he liked collecting the money from the different countries.
He still
collects the money from the different countries and stuff like that. So he has all of that. Sheikah said, yes, Chris and Tiffany, let's do it.
I have no problem going on Virgin Voyages.
Yeah. Alien, I recently learned non-alcoholic drinks like Gatorade flavored coffee, etc., don't count towards your 15 drinks with the Cheers package.
No, they do not. Only alcohol drinks count against you. Yeah, so like on Carnival, you can have 35 energy drinks in one day. Sodas, waters, coffees, anything like that. It's only alcohol that counts against that cheer package. And I don't know if maybe that's what upsets some people when they hear that there's a limit of 15 drinks per day. It's 15 alcoholic drinks.
Yeah. Sheikah's with the let's do Virgin Voyages. I like it.
I'm about some Virgin Voyages. I'm definitely about some Virgin Voyages. So, all right. I think we are about going to Oh, dang, we've already been on here for an hour.
Yeah. Ray said, now that's a happy pup.
That is a giant spoiled baby is what this is right here. He is absolutely nothing but spoiled.
Alien wants to know how many monsters you would drink with the package.
Most cruise lines don't carry them. I have to bring them on myself.
Yes.
They don't. However, Disney Cruise Lines does carry Monster,
Yes.
but they don't have a drink package, so you have to buy them individually. Disney only has a wine package.
Nellie says, we went over time. Family had to catch up. That's okay. You know, we haven't been here for 2 weeks. So, yeah, had to catch up.
Everybody had to catch up and talk about all that kind of good stuff. So, but yeah, I think we are going to get ready to shut it down. We will be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yes. Same
spoiled lazy dog. Bro, you know you're on camera, right? Do you even care?
Alien said, pretty sure we saw monsters on Carnival.
Last time I was on Carnival, I couldn't get anything but
Red Bull.
Red Bulls.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carnival's Red Bull, Royal Caribbean's Red Bull, Norwegian's Red Bull, Princess's Red Bull. So, believe me, I check. But I can also, it's really weird because most of the cruise lines tell you can only bring a 12-pack on, and it's got to be the 12.5 ounce cans. Monster cans are bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Cruise lines have never cared, as long as I don't try to bring on more than.
No, because I think a lot of that too is they're individually in my backpack. They're not in a case.
No, but they pulled them out. One time they pulled us out and they wanted to see them to make sure they weren't cans of beer.
Yeah.
But yeah, we take them on the cruise ship. I also know every place. Well, every cruise port I've been to so far, I know where to buy a Monster in that port.
Yes.
Or whether one is even available. I've checked.
So Jeannie says, thank you both. Ray says, AKA brat happy dog.
He is a brat. He is happy, but he is a brat. He's a big baby.
Sheikah said that her homework this week will be to check Virgin Voyages for next year.
Me too.
Nelly,
I will put that on my homework list.
Nellie said, have a great week. All can't wait till next week since it will only be a couple days until Harmony.
He's going to be rubbing that in.
Yeah. Attila said, I like sugar-free Red Bull, so it's good for me, but I will not get the cheers just for that or coffee. No, we don't either. Great chat and cruise on. Good night, all. Hit the like button, everyone. Have a good rest of the week.
Yeah. So we really appreciate everybody being here. It is awesome to be back. Awesome that we are back together in 2025, starting off the year correctly with all the good stuff that's going on cruising. So we will be back next week. Same bat channel. Everybody's talking about Nellie's got the jealousy, the green-eyed monster flaring up.
Yeah.
But we'll see everybody next week. And thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. And like always,
we'll see you out on the high seas.
Good night, everybody.